everyone, and good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whichever it is to you. We are back with another video, and today, Carrie, we are wrapping up our adventures here in Lake Guntersville State Park here in Guntersville, Alabama. An amazing RV community here. Everybody here is just down home camping, and just a great atmosphere. Amazing state park. Now, I'm not going to do a full review today because, well, we've done this a couple of years ago and really nothing has changed. It's a timeless classic. I will link to the video in the info card above, and if I'm not able to do that, I'll leave it in the description. If I forget to do that, it's in our campground reviews playlist, and it's one of our favorite state parks in all of the South, and that's saying something when you travel as much as we do. A couple of disappointing notes from here is, well, one, you have to leave. Yeah. Two, the ongoing testing of RV Life Pro app. Whoa. I gotta say, Carrie, as you almost fall in a hole, I'm not too impressed with the app.
I hear that.
I'm noticing a lot of issues with timing. It adds randomly an hour here, an hour there, even going the same routes as the Garmin does, because we run them both at the same time. This time here, it tried to take me down a couple of blocked roads, a couple of dirt roads, and I've checked my settings, and it's not that. And I'm also noticing on the app, you can't tell what the internet speeds or internet ratings are of some of these RV resorts. No. And that's kind of problematic, because where we're heading to next, Carrie and I are extremely concerned about, because we are going to the only 1,000 trails in Alabama, which is Hidden Cove. Now, talking to people, Hidden Cove is hit or miss as far as internet, and well, my vacation's coming to an end. I need to work. So if not, as soon as we get there today, which is only about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes from here, we're going to hook up to the internet. And if we can't get a solid connection between Starlink, T-Mobile, and Verizon, we're going to need to spend some out-of-pocket money and look at another RV resort or something along that lines, because, well, I need to work. That kind of sucks because you can't get any of the definite info. And Starlink being so new, I kind of rely on that. Now, when I go on the website for RV Life Pro, it says Hidden Cove Starlink is fine, but then again, if you read the reviews, some of it's only in Loop C, some of it's all over the place. So nothing consistent, and a lot of the other ones, Campendium, The Dirt, they don't have Starlink information yet, which, I mean, come on, Starlink's been around for a while now. But the amazing network of friends that we've built up over the time that we've been full-time. Some people have assured us that we're going to have no problems, but at the same time, we're going to have backup plans, because that's what you need to do, is learn how to pivot, right? Now, as we walk down here, you can see there's a beautiful pavilion down here. So if you ever come down to the state park, great place to have a picnic. But Carrie, Bob, one of the things that we've seen with Guntersville, as in with everything in the South, people get very upset that there's nothing to do besides outdoor stuff. Well, Carrie was searching around yesterday, just seeing what was around, because we've been here before, but we took very long excursions from here. And she found this place called Unclaimed Baggage, which is about 45 minutes from here. And it is an amazing resource, basically, for those of you who travel via airplanes, buses, and boats and all that stuff, and stay in hotels. If you leave your luggage behind, it goes to this place, or potentially this place, and they take all that stuff and they sell it. And an amazing thing, I picked up about 8 shirts, because I'm shrinking in size with this diet, more on that in a minute, but I picked up about 5 or 6 shirts or whatever. I don't think I paid more than $8 a shirt, and these are like $30 shirts. Brand new with tags, because people buying these for souvenirs and whatever. What an amazing place. I think we spent about 2.5, 3 hours there just going through it. They have everything from sunglasses, which I picked up a pair of $200 Ray-Bans I picked up for $40, I think it was. They have all kinds of purses and women's underwear, and not that I was wearing those. There you go. And clothes. I mean, anything that you could take. I even saw surfboards, a lot of sporting equipment. It's crazy. It's just crazy. And I will say, it seems like women lose far more stuff than men do. Just a statistic that I noticed floating around there. A lot more women's stuff than men's stuff. So an interesting place, and if you're in the Guntersville area, I highly, highly, highly recommend checking that out.
It's pretty cool.
Now, I think that covered that kind of stuff, the diet aspect. Well, geez, Carrie, I got on the scale yesterday and I'm down 30 pounds.
Yay.
I am ecstatic. I still have about 30 more that I want to lose because Bob was an eating fool. And I think you're almost, where are you at now?
19.
19 pounds down. So between the two of us, we're talking 50 pounds. That's a human baby. That's a big baby. That's a toddler.
Yeah, that's more like it.
Or a French bulldog, which Carrie has still not allowed me to get yet. But hey, maybe if we leave some more comments below, Carrie will finally cave in and say, hey, you know what? Bob deserves that French bulldog.
Unless everybody that leaves a comment volunteers to babysit, it's not happening right now.
I can handle this on my own. I'm a big boy now. So travel along with us today as we kind of experience what really this, and again, we can't stress this enough, this is real RV life, especially when you work remote from the road, having to worry about internet, having to worry about, first world problems, right? Having to worry about internet, but I need to be able to work because that's what funds all this stuff. Speaking of funding this stuff, you can check out our Amazon storefront below in the links in the description. There, if you shop on Amazon, which I think today, who doesn't, as long as you click one of our links beforehand, we earn a small commission, and it doesn't cost you anything extra, but it does go back into supporting these videos and gets it out to the masses. And speaking of getting it out to the masses, give a share, because this is the time of year where not a lot of people are starting to watch YouTube because everybody's out. And while we appreciate the support of you guys watching, an extra thumbs up goes a mile as far as the YouTube algorithm goes. I think you've heard this probably 1,000 times from people. And feel free to share the videos away. Share them out to your friends, your family, whatever, so they can watch and they can enjoy as well. It really does help our channel, especially with the growth that we've had. And you see that summer the growth starts to halt. And we'd like to keep that going. So stick around, we'll check back in with you guys when we hit Hidden Cove, the only 1,000 trails in Alabama, and see if we're going to be able to stay there. Fingers crossed. All right, Carrie, here we are. About 3 hours later, we're here in 1,000 Trails Hidden Cove. My first impressions are, it's a nice place, extremely remote. Some of the back roads here are horrendous, and this is not the fault of 1,000 Trails. I'm going to make sure I'm very clear about this because, I've read the reviews, and some of y'all are just, a little too harsh on what the parks can control and what they can't control, because on the county road, they can't control the potholes. But speaking with the staff here, they did say apparently the town is working on that, and they have a new guy in charge of roads or something along that lines, and he's going to start fixing the potholes, because as they had mentioned, they weren't potholes, they were craters, and they are. Another pro tip for you is follow the signs once you get into Arley for 1,000 Trails. Stay on County Route 12. Don't go the back way like we did, because they're even worse. So it's a small town with a lot of small town, sounds like almost like mismanagement, but the area is absolutely beautiful. Through these sites right here, you're up on a lake, and we'll probably take you on a little bit of a tour in a later video. But I do want to gloat for a little bit.
Yes.
Because remember all those big channels that were promoting Nomad Internet?
Oh, sweet.
Right,
Jesus.
and how the company went bankrupt,
yes,
and how all that happened, and they still haven't apologized for anything, and that they're still just out there hawking stuff. Well, let me tell you something. All of them that told you that was a great deal, well, right now, look right up there, Starlink. That's the only service you're going to get here in 1,000 Trails Hidden Cove in Arley, Alabama. Starlink pulling about 60 megs down, about 12 up, depending on which way the wind blows. Sometimes it's 4 up, sometimes it's 12, but enough to get my work done and some videos uploaded, which is the most important part. But a little bit of truth in advertising, because I know, and I have a secret bird told me that they're all working on a big thing to rope you in onto the next big internet thing, so get ready for it. But for right now, Starlink, still hands down, unsponsored, whatever, $150 a month, and it's worked pretty much everywhere we've been. I don't think we've had one point where Starlink hasn't worked.
No.
And even some of the big channels that were relying heavily on Starlink, even to the point where they're just not even traveling anymore, are
using.
using Starlink. So yeah, so enough of that. I'm over it, but I just wanted to point that out.
Are you though?
No, I'm not. I'm still not over it because I don't like when people get screwed over and they still took no responsibility for what they did. But anyhow, as we set up here, our cameras are set up, and these aren't so much for theft here that I'm worried about that. This is more worry about insurance. And someone pointed out to me that these are a great thing for insurance claims. Apparently in TTO a few weeks back, there was massive hailstorms. And in those hailstorms, there was a couple that had cameras set up on the outside like we do, and they were able to get a faster claim service through their insurance company because they proved the hail did the damage. Now, I'm quite sure that you can prove hail did the damage by the hail size dings everywhere, but that's what I was told. So congratulations on you if that's true. But yeah, instantly is a thing that I put up now without a problem. But for now, I'm going to take a shower because it's about 90 degrees, which seems to be a theme for Carrie and I, is chasing 90.
Yep.
But as we mentioned in the start of the video about RV Life Pro, since I'm on a rant here, it did the same thing again. This time, it added an hour. It took the same route as the Garmin did, but it said we're going to arrive an hour later. And no, it's not a time zone change. It's just foolishness. So I'm not quite sure what the deal is there. I have reset all my settings, and it's still doing that. So
It doesn't take away your stopovers either.
yeah, that's the other thing, is that we showed that we were leaving Lake Guntersville, and it was showing us that we were a quarter mile away from Lake Guntersville State Park.
Right.
And the Garmin had no problems with that. So I'm still on the fence. I like RV Life Pro because I like the idea of mapping out gas stations, but I honestly could do that with Google Maps. The integration, whatever, but I paid for the year like 45 bucks, so I'm gonna ride it out. But I think it's not ready for prime time. It needs some work, but that is that. But as you can see, we've got the bikes out, the chairs out. Geez, the Tommy Bahama chairs are out. The picnic table is set up for some good eats. We've got the electric bikes out, everything here. We've got the slide out, camera mounted, all our business end in, and we're good to go. So, yeah, big lesson here is, one, if you're going to spend money on RV Life Pro, let us do the work for you, we'll let you know. Two is do all your research on the internet. I can't say that enough, because still we're getting hammered with people with questions on how they get out of these nomad internet contracts and problems. And wow, what a fiasco that still is for people.
Yep.
And that was over, what, 2 months ago that we did that video.
Wow. Yeah.
So for Life Redesigned, I am Bob.
I'm Carrie.
And this is Thousand Trails Hidden Cove. And well, if you can't see it, boy, that's a lot of greenery back there. Very nice. So we'll catch you in the next one.